welcome into Flames Central. Lots happening around Liberty Athletics, and we're going to bring it all to you. Alongside Emily Austin, I'm Matt Warner.
We'll get to football in just a moment, as well as a feature on Indiana Pacer Taelon Peter. But we begin on the diamond.
Yes, we do. Liberty baseball tied for second place in Conference USA after sweeping FIU this past weekend. They were trying to keep that momentum rolling as they headed to NC State on Tuesday. We pick it up in the sixth inning. Wolfpack leading 2-1, but Jackson Sorensen would change that. Rolls that one into center field. That scored Marsh and Jaffe. The Flames would go up 3-2. But NC State, they wouldn't trail for long. They would tie it in their half of the sixth, and it would stay that way until the eighth when Tanner Marsh shows he's got some pop. Woo! Marsh's fourth home run of the year goes into the Flames bullpen. Those guys out in the bullpen, they were like, I love you, man! Flames lead 4-3, but this game far from done. NC State would answer in their half of the eighth, scoring twice, including this go-ahead sac fly off the bat of Sherman Johnson. Liberty trailed by one, heading to the ninth. Flames down to their final out now. Runners on the corners and Captain Clutch at the plate. Tanner Marsh does it again. An RBI single ties this game at 5 as Riley DiCandido comes to the plate. Then after a hit batter loaded the bases, Jordan Jaffe finishes the job. He delivers the go-ahead knock, a 2 RBI single, putting the Flames up 7-5. And that's the way it would end. Liberty stunning NC State on the road, winning their fourth straight to improve to 19-9 on the year.
Let's stay on the diamond. Going into this season, there were high expectations for Liberty ace Ben Blair. He was selected as the CUSA preseason pitcher of the year. And so far, he's lived up to that hype. The righty ranks 14th in the nation in strikeouts, and he's holding opponents to just a 153 batting average. So with that kind of talent, you know he's getting an invite on the Flames Central podcast presented by Ortho Virginia, where we talked about how he's improved on the mound this season.
Where do you feel like you've grown? Because you were really good a year ago, and we all saw, man, this he's turning into something special. But where do you feel like you've grown the most now in your junior year?
Over the offseason, I really didn't change too much, just I guess trying to perfect each pitch, like get them all better. I've started throwing the change up a little bit more this year just because, like lefties, I mean, righties are a little bit easier for me just because I'm a right-handed pitcher that everything goes away from them or goes in on them. So lefties, I had to figure out a way to get them out a little bit easier because they were batting a little bit better off me than right-handed pitchers. So just developing the change up, just throwing fastballs in, stuff like that. And then throwing strikes with all the pitches really is what's been better for me this year.
Do you feel like your confidence is at an all-time high?
Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, it's fun to whenever you do good because that's where the confidence comes from. And then once you have the confidence, then it helps you pitch better every start.
Hey, to hear more from Ben Blair on how he's found so much success on the mound this season, check out our entire conversation. It's the Flames Central podcast presented by Ortho Virginia. We talk all things Liberty Athletics. Well, kind of. There's a few random stories and other topics thrown in there too. A new episode drops every Monday. Find it where you listen to your favorite podcast or watch it on the Liberty Flames YouTube channel.
All right, let's talk some hoops. No, not college. I'm talking NBA. You know, this past June, Taelon Peter became the first Flame in 40 years to be drafted as the Indiana Pacers selected him in the second round. That's a big deal. So big that we had to go catch up with him in Indy and hear about how God has led him on this crazy journey.
Change the press now. It's a 1-2-2. What they do best, arguably, is three-point shooting.
Cleveland kick to the corner. Peter, not going to miss that one.
Being at this level, no matter like how I do, is just a step up, and it'll be a greater platform to go play pro. And that's the ultimate goal.
Indiana Pacers selected Taelon Peter out of Liberty.
It's an honor. I wouldn't be here without my time at Liberty.
For former Liberty guard Taelon Peter, the dream of being an NBA player came true on draft day.
It was a moment I'll remember forever.
But he didn't fully realize his accomplishment until he arrived in Indianapolis.
Training camp, and all our guys are coming back from vacation after going on that big playoff run, and I was like, okay, this is real. Like, these are my teammates, like, act like you belong, act like you've been here before. I mean, last year at this time, I was jumping up and down watching these basketball games, being a big fan. Now it's like I'm on the court with some of the guys I was cheering for last year. So it's just another day in the office for me now. So gotta, continue to try to get better. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
While his role with the Pacers is similar to what he did at Liberty, Taelon says there are a few clear differences.
There's a lot more pressure, and the goals feel a lot higher. To be the same guy, be ready at whenever they need me, to do whatever they need me to do.
Being ready is crucial for Taelon. As a two-way player, on any given night, he could find himself playing for the Indiana Pacers or with their G League affiliate, the Noblesville Boom.
It's really good for me because coming in feeling like, everything's so big, having the opportunity to spend some time in the G League and build my confidence and work my game out a little bit, and then be able to come back and play up with the Pacers has been huge for me. And I think that it's exactly what I needed, and I think it's going to be beneficial for my career in the future.
Like many NBA rookies, Taelon has been awestruck by some of the arenas he's played in, and he shares that excitement with family and friends.
It often happens when I get back from a road trip and I'm talking to people and I'm like, I actually was in Madison Square Garden. Like, man, that's kind of crazy. I was just at Madison Square Garden. So obviously I've said it twice, Madison Square Garden was probably the coolest arena I've been at. That and Chicago. I think Chicago, the history behind Chicago, being that it's the same place Jordan played. Brooklyn was my favorite court to play on. I like the court and the lights and stuff in that arena.
But Indiana has a rich basketball history as well, and Taelon knows just how knowledgeable and passionate Pacers fans are about the game.
They love basketball, and you can feel that when you're at a game, and these people are in here watching some good basketball. You can feel it. It's a little bit different than when you go in other arenas and play. The support has been incredible. We obviously haven't had the season that we wanted, but to have as many fans in the building as we have had all season, I mean, they've really come through in some of the good games that we've had, and we couldn't have won these games without them.
I know it feels good to be back in the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. We really appreciate you guys. We love and appreciate all y'all support. We couldn't do it without y'all. Go Pacers.
Throughout his basketball journey, Taelon has relied on a close circle of friends and family for support, along with his faith in God. And it's that faith that has guided him all along the way.
I look back at how I was setting my goals and when I fully, gave it all to God. There was a moment last year when I was just like, you know what? Like, it's not about what I want, it's about what he wants. My dream, my goals were low. Like, it was just to be a pro. Overseas, is what I was thinking, but to be here, bigger than I ever could have imagined. And it just proves that God can do so much more than you think. And I'm a living testimony of that, and it's happened time and time again throughout my career. When I was D2, getting an opportunity at Liberty, it was just, God kept opening doors that I never thought could be possible for somebody like me. I'm gonna continue to walk it out and trust that whatever he has for me is going to be better than anything that I could ever imagine for myself.
Thank you. What?
Thanks to John Pratt for putting that piece together. You got to love Taelon Peter because it doesn't matter where he is or where he fits in a team. He's just going to embrace his role. He did so here at Liberty, coming off the bench. And then now at the NBA level, going between the G League, he's just cool with it.
Yeah, and think about how hard it is to make an NBA roster and how many games he has played with the Pacers this season. Tells you a lot about, I think, what they think of him, what they think his future could be, and I'm sure this has been a great growing experience for him on the court.
Flame Central will be there every step of the way to follow along on his journey. All right, we take it back to the Diamond to check in with the ladies. Liberty hosting UNC and an absolute slugfest, which the Tar Heels get going early. Shelby Barbie launching this one to left. It's a 3-run shot to give them the lead in the first. Liberty then trailing 4-0, but responds in the second. The freshman Danny Lee rips one over the left field wall. Lady Flames put 2 on the board, but UNC just let loose, scoring 7 runs over the next few innings, which included home runs in the 5th. And the 7th, it was basically just a home run derby. Liberty tried to make a comeback with a few late bombs, but too little, too late. The Lady Flames fall to UNC 11-6. Liberty hits the road for its next CUSA series at Missouri State. First game is set for Thursday. Well, spring football continues for the Flames as they learn more and more about this new roster. You may remember us mentioning that 28 transfers were added this offseason. Well, 5 of them were running backs. So that room is going to be completely different and revamped this upcoming season. And who wouldn't want to transfer to Liberty if you're a running back? Just look at the seasons from Quentin Cooley and Evan Dickens the past few years. Offensive coordinator and running backs coach Newland Isaac said the guys they brought in provide much needed depth and have fit in really well already. He confirmed the Flames will play with 2 backs again next season and expects a competitive spring to determine who will win those jobs. Though Liberty does plan to travel with all 5 backs during the season. Some of those additions include Cam Davis from Florida State, Peyton Jones out of Duke, Kanya Udo from Arizona State. And you know, we've heard how difficult it is to learn this Flames offense. So apparently at one point in practice, Coach Isaac asked Chadwell, hey, can we slow down the install? The answer was no. So it will be intriguing to see who will be able to grasp this offense quickly. But overall, Coach Isaac seems to be pleased with his new addition.
Man, it's a really, really, really talented room. They're physical. They're tough. They came in with the right mindset. They're serious. They're about their business. They ain't about no games. They're here. They want to work. They come up here, they're constantly asking questions. They want to watch film. They want to stay after. That's the biggest difference. Like, they come in with a professional mindset. We didn't have that before. You kind of wanted to kind of mold them into that mindset. But these guys showed up like with the mindset, ready to work, ready to go. Hey, what do I need to do? How can I get better? So it's a really, really good room.
All right, Flames Nation, pull out your calendars because there's some important dates that you need to mark off. Liberty Football's Spring Showcase is set for Saturday, April 18th. Come out and get a first glimpse of this new Flames roster. It'll be like a game day experience, inflatables, a golf simulator, player autographs, and more. Matt Warner's favorite part about the event?
It's free, baby!
Yep, gates open at 1 p.m. Also, the Flames just released their non-conference schedule, kicking off the season on the road at James Madison on September 5th. Then Liberty will host Gardner-Webb on the 12th, Ball State on the 19th, and then a Thursday matchup at a familiar spot for Chadwell, Coastal Carolina on September 24th. Plus, don't forget about homecoming on Halloween. Ooh, spooky, set for October 31st.
I cannot wait for football season. We may have to dress up for that Halloween game,
That's
right?
right.
You know what I mean? We'll start working on the costumes now. Hey, Rhett McGibbon's here. You know what that means. Time for Warm, Hot, and Fuego. Top player moment from the past week in Liberty Athletics. Rhett, I'll be honest, and I don't like to be critical. This is not your fault.
Please.
We've had a lot of repeat folks on this list here of late. I understand we're going in a little bit different direction.
Yeah, we addressed that last week, like Ben Blair, Ben FL, for the entire season.
Yeah.
3 new bodies. Welcome to the show. All 3 of these athletes have never been on Warm, Hot, and Fuego before.
That's exciting.
It is.
All right, let's start with Warm. Let's learn about these folks.
Okay.
What do we got?
Women's tennis, Milana Sulajina.
Whoa.
Product out of Russia from the Republic of Bashkortostan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's beautiful this time of year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great pastry there here. All right. 5 straight singles victories, helped in the comeback win versus William and Mary. This is, okay, here's the fun part. That's what she's done on the court, right? She's been great playing kind of in that like 4, 5, 6 area. You need those to get wins. They all count in the points. Great job by her. Her dad, Nikolai, a first rounder by the Anaheim Ducks in 1996.
No way.
Yeah, played in the NHL for a decent amount of time. Also went back and played in the KHL for a bit.
I probably played with him on NHL 96 back in the day.
Probably did. Yeah, my son still has that game.
Does he?
Oh, yeah.
Can I come
on over?
sometime?
Yeah,
okay,
but yeah, kind of a neat family dynamic.
Right.
All athletes, brothers play hockey, but she has been terrific here in her freshman season. Oh, the whole reason I brought up where she's from, she was the #1 player in her area coming over to Liberty. So definitely a talent that's going to continue to improve.
That's exciting. All right, from warm, we go to hot. Who do you got here?
Easton Swafford.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. This young man, due to injuries in the infield for Liberty, has been put in kind of a starting role here as of late, and he's just done great work. 3 RBIs in this last series on Sunday versus FIU. Also 4 runs, 5 hits against the Panthers. Terrific. And again, coming into this, you have a senior who's been just kind of like biding his time, like I'm ready to go in when I need to. He's come in and the bats kind of come to life for him, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, solid defensive player. Dylan Grabowski goes down with the injury, unfortunately, and plug him in.
Yeah.
He's made the most of the opportunity.
100%.
All right, finally, in Fuego, who is this first time?
All right, in Fuego, Olivia Young on lacrosse team. This young lady, you lost all your star talent from a year ago. She comes in, a southpaw, all right, and she's got some size to her as well. Loves to kind of grind in, power forward move, let it rip with the left hand. 5 goals versus the Hatters. Now, unfortunately, that was an overtime loss, but still, this is a year where you look at it, you want to see a lot of development in this group, and you want to see them continue to get better as the year goes on. Olivia Young is going to be one of those names that you're going to see in the coming seasons where, like, okay, that freshman campaign where she was just able to run with it, let it rip, learn how to make mistakes, but also learn how to score is going to be extremely valuable, and you saw that against Stetson.
I like that. All these new faces. Folks to keep an eye on moving forward. Rhett, appreciate it. Great job as always. Well, listen, from current Liberty stars to a former one. Few players in Liberty basketball history have been more popular than Mayo, Baxter, Bell, and now he's climbing the coaching ranks. Bell, who had most recently been an assistant at Longwood, is on the move, taking an assistant job at Lamar University in Beaumont, Texas. Baxter Bell just one of a number of former Flames now in coaching. That includes his former teammates, Elijah Cuffey at UNC Wilmington and Keenan Gums at UAB.
Matt just mentioned 3 Liberty greats that made such an impact on this program. And this big 3 were no different. Caden Matheny, Zach Cleveland, and Colin Porter. They were a part of so many unforgettable moments, big shots, and life-changing victories. So it's hard to put together even a small sample of their top plays in a Liberty uniform. But here's a glimpse.
Very vividly, like it was like the summer break. We were going to the LAC to get our books, and I heard him talk for the first time. I was like, why does this guy have such a deep voice? That was probably the first thing I remember about Colin.
Comes in the big time for Liberty.
Some two-man game, that's usually successful for Liberty.
Kick to the corner. Porter, 3-ball.
Yeah, I think it was a Caden pass to Zach and a Zach pass to me. So I think it was exactly how we would love for it to go. Just all 3 of us involved in a play that really mattered late in the game. So it was fun.
Matheny finds Cleveland.
But at some point, they got to hit some threes. Matheny, logo 3, yes! Matheny comes free. He got space. Pops the 3. 9 to shoot. Matheny, deep 3, yes! Cleveland screen. Matheny on high. Liberty leads. Matheny felt like he was going to shoot, didn't it? Yes! Yes! Nice! Are you serious? Down as many as 14. The regular season champs are on to the championship in Conference USA.
He has 10 second half points.
Yeah, 2 threes and that little mid-range we saw.
Oh, they're not going to count that, are they? If they count that bucket, that is one of the more ridiculous shots I've ever seen.
It sure is.
Before we even got on campus, I was trying to play video games with him, and he wouldn't even respond. I was like, okay, this is how it's going to be, but
yeah, he figured I didn't play video games, and we got to the dorms, and I was like a gamer. He's like, thought you didn't play.
Physical arrival for Decker through the double to Cleveland, who knocks down the lane and puts it home.
Intensive game, so use it for the whole second half.
Oh, great pass by Cleveland and a tight finish. Oh, great pass. That's beautiful. Matheny dump middle. Cleveland got it. Liberty team that struggles to rebound. Cleveland's their star. Great pass, Matheny. Extra pass again.
To side.
Kobe Williams in and out. Rebound, Cleveland. He's got a triple-double. The first for Liberty in 14 years.
Because you have more time on the clock on the second opportunity here.
Goes to Cleveland. Out of the inbounds, taking Boncho. Spins around. Matheny for the lead. Oh, yes! Flames up for Matheny!
We talked about the foul to give. Louisiana Tech looked like they wanted to take the foul there when Cleveland had it. They didn't commit the foul. Matheny steps up, knocks down a huge 3.
Great defense by Arrington. Them trying to get Matheny open 3. Oh, he fell asleep for a second.
Matheny open, close out, mock creep late. Oh, back quarter. Run up the 3-point line, down to 5. Matheny 3, good! my goodness. Kick gap 3.
Porter will inbound. In for Cleveland, and he made it at the buzzer. They're going to check it to make sure, but it's a buzzer beater for now for Zach Cleveland.
Ace-up player of the year with the basketball gives it up to the big man, Blake Preston.
Yeah, we were wondering who would match up with McGee.
And from a round that led to 20 second chance points.
Yeah, they will just send guys.
And talking with A.W. Hamilton, and that feed finds Colin Porter. And Porter, open 3 ball. That's good.
Yeah.
McGee gives it to Warfield. They kick it, swing it around. Porter left open. 3 ball back. Chance to add to their advantage. McGee knifing through the defense. Porter 3 coming. Yes, sir! Colin Porter.
Yeah, sometimes those switches make them susceptible, but right now it's been okay.
They swing it. Porter again. One more time. Yes, sir!
He is feeling
25 for Colin Porter.
Colin Porter gets the MVP.
Just super grateful to be a part of this program and be play next to these guys.
So many great moments. I don't want it to be over, Matt.
Well,
I don't want it to be over.
You know, it doesn't have to be over, at least not for Zach Cleveland. You can see him play one more time this season. He is in the Reese's D1 All-Star Game in Indianapolis this Friday. You can watch it at 3:30 on the CBS Sports Network. See Zach put on a show one more time. All right, we are out of time. As always, for any stories that you might have missed, check out libertyflamecentral.com.
And if you just want to fill your schedule with all things Flame Central, be sure to check out the podcast. A new episode drops every Monday. We'll be back next week. For Matt, I'm Emily. We'll see you then.